Hey guys, last year in Bachelor in Paradise, I debuted a look that I call Beach Glowy. It's basically just a dewy, natural summer look, and today I'm gonna teach you how to do it at home. All right, so we're gonna start out with foundation. My favorite foundation is actually discontinued in America, so you're gonna have to go on Amazon and get it from Canada. It is Maybelline's Dream Smooth Mousse, and I use it in natural beige. It's $2.40. I'm gonna put it on with one of two foundation brushes. This one is Sephora's Pro Flawless Airbrush, and this one is the Full Coverage Airbrush brush from Sephora. And so I'm just gonna paint it on all over my face. This makeup case is from CRC Makeup, and they were kind enough to give it to me before last season of Bachelor in Paradise because I wanted a piece of equipment that would hold all of my makeup and then also give me lighting, because in the Bachelor Mansion we had the worst lighting and all the girls were always fighting over mirrors. I don't always do concealer because I do feel like my foundation is heavy enough that I don't need to do concealer, but right now I'm going to add a little bit. One of my favorite brands is Becca Cosmetics, and this is their Ultimate Coverage Concealing Cream. And since they're one of my favorites, I reached out to them before Paradise last year and I said, you guys are my favorite makeup brand for a summery look. And they sent me a ton of stuff. So I just go all around my eye with the concealer, not too much. So, because this is Beach Glowy, we're not gonna be too mad about things, but I do love Ben Nye's Neutral Face Setting Powder, which today I'm just gonna put around my eyes. And you apply it with just a little powder puff that I got from a professional makeup store, but I think you can even find them at CVS. So I just go right along this angle of my face right here. If you've seen any of Kim Kardashian's contour photos, you kind of know how this thing goes. What I like about this is that it sets, it makes you look poreless, and it also brightens that area a bit. And it gives a good base for eyeshadow. It's kind of like an eyeshadow primer. And I'm gonna let that bake, which is something that I just learned about. Baking is basically allowing the powder to set, and it creates a little bit more of a poreless finish because, well, there's some science to that I'm not gonna get into. Just let it sit on your face for a couple minutes. All right, so with Beach Glowy, you don't need to do much for your brows. So I'm just gonna take a clear gel. Mine is Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Gel. I'm just gonna brush them up and give them a little texture and make sure I don't have any strays getting all over the place. We don't want to go too heavy with the eye makeup because we're supposed to be on a beach here. So I'm gonna take my Becca eye tint, and this shade, what shade is this? It's the brown one, people. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hand and take a shadow brush, blend it a little bit, and paint it on. And I also like adding a little of this underneath my eye. I'm actually not a huge eye pencil person. I usually use my shadows with brushes as my pencil. It just goes on lighter and you can build upon it better, I think. One of my favorite parts is highlighting, and right now I'm gonna highlight my eye area. And I just found this Ben Nye set of 3 different sort of sparkle highlighters. So I found that on Amazon. I'm going to add a little bit of that stuff to the corners of my eye. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a lip pencil. If you don't use lip pencil, you're not living, because I think this is one of the most critical parts of makeup. It changes your face faster than mostly everything else. Mascara and lip liner. My favorite lip liner that I use for almost everything is this Jungle Brown by Christian Dior, and I've used it for years. I always go a little bit outside the line because Kylie Jenner. And lots of people ask me, what lip color are you wearing? When a lot of the time, it's just my lip liner as my actual lipstick, and I just fill it in the entire way. But since we're going a little bit lighter today, we're not gonna go for a darker nude. I'm gonna go for a lighter nude. I'm not gonna do that, but just to let you know, sometimes I use my pencil as a lipstick. A little fun tidbit for you guys is that at Paradise, the girls have their own dressing and makeup room, and it is set up with a whole bunch of mirrors and lights like this. But this was the first year they did that. Usually you had to fight for a spot in the bathroom, a dimly lit bathroom, but this year they finally learned. So let's go on to lipstick. I'm gonna make sure my liner is all blended and mostly natural looking. And then I'm gonna go with this shade from MAC. What is the freaking shade called? Great. I don't know the shade. It's rubbed off. And this is my go-to lipstick shade, especially for the summer. Then we're gonna go on to mascara. And normally with my lash extensions, I would only do one simple coat of mascara, but because I don't have lash extensions on right now, I'm gonna be very careful about my placement. And I'm gonna do at least 2 coats, and with different mascara, because I found that it's always best to have one mascara for lengthening and another one for thickness. And this Voluminous False Fiber Lashes Mascara by L'Oreal has been my go-to for years and years. I think it's better than anything you'd find at Sephora or a department store. And that's another technique I have with mascara, is that I pull it down and put it on top too. So you coat up and coat down. Okay, so because this is beachy makeup, I'm not gonna put mascara on the bottom lid either, because I think that gets a little bit too dramatic. But that's what I would do at night. Even though in real life I'd probably let this powder bake a little bit more, right now, for the sake of a tutorial, we're going to brush it off. And all you do is go like that, brush it off. Next, we're gonna go for some of the fun stuff. We're gonna contour a little bit. Let's see, which contour am I gonna use? I'm gonna use I have a ton of contouring products, but for today, my new favorite is this Becca. Once again, I promise you they don't pay me to say this. I just love Becca products. I'm going to use their Bronzing Skin Perfector, which has been one of my very favorites in both seasons of Paradise, because it really gets you glowy and it really blends with your makeup well. So I put it here on my hand, and then I take that same brush, the Sephora Full Coverage Airbrush, and I go like this, get it all even throughout the brush, and then go right here for the contour point. And just brush it down and around and blend. All right, we are almost done, but first we gotta do the highlight on the cheekbone, and another Becca product. This is the Shimmering Skin Poured Perfector. I'm gonna use this brush and just paint it over there on my cheekbone, going up, and put a little bit going up into the brow bone. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and blend that in a bit. I'm gonna take my fingers now, kind of blend it all in. Let's use another Becca product. It's called Beach Tint, which is appropriate for this look. And I'm going to use this brush by Monda Studio. It's the 850 brush, and just go like this. Don't overdo it, but you do want to look like you got a little kiss by the sun right here. So now we're highlighted, we're blushed, and to finish out the look, all we have to do is add that second coat of mascara. This Marc Jacobs mascara. It's a volume mascara, which goes well with the lengthening that I just used. And just kind of put your lashes in all different directions. Make sure they're all equally coated. And I forgot one last step. We are finally going to use my lifesaver, a product that has changed my life, and I'm not even joking, although that may sound sad, is Makeup Forever's HD Finishing Powder. Because we're gonna be glowy and not matty, we're not gonna use too much, but we're gonna use it a little bit on my cheeks and my nose area. So that's how you get beach glowy. If you're headed to Paradise or some sort of tropical vacation, you don't have to sit out in the sun to get that glowy look. Just put about 20 minutes into your makeup. And that is Makeup Tips by Ashley.